Granted, Boots wanted to become undisputed at 147, right? But when Devin tried to fight him at 147, he said, no, I'm moving up to 154. You know what I mean? Like, so.
He's a dangerous fight for anybody.
He's a dangerous fight for anybody.
In the ring on the night. I know it's not his fault.
Yeah, I know that's not ideal how he wanted to win it. You know, I know he's disappointed that he couldn't win it from a champion and whatnot. And it's disappointing for him, but if I was him, I'd just tell him, like, I want to fight for it. Like, I'd rather fight the number 3 guy. You know, if I couldn't get the other guy, you know, don't send me a belt in the mail. But it just seemed like, you know, everybody cool with being female champions now. And
the tension between Terence Crawford and Jaron "Boots" Ennis has reached a peak, with Crawford firing at the young fighter, labeling him as overhyped and saying he has ducked serious opponents.
Yeah, man. Devin get a lot of hate. For no reason. I don't know. I don't understand why so many people hate Devin and Shakur. Like, they get the most hate out of all boxers. If you look at the comments when they talking about Devin, when they talk about Shakur, they get the most hate out of everybody. And they willing to fight everybody. Devin fighting everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Devin like, give me Lomachenko, give me him. Oh, I wanna fight him. You say he the best, I wanna fight him.
Yes.
You know, Boots, I wanna fight Boots too.
Ennis insists those claims are totally untrue and says anyone is free to step up and fight him. For those who doubt him, the criticism does not tell the whole story of what happened during the talks.
It don't make no sense, but I want to go do that. Anybody else, anybody in their right mind, I'm going for the unification. I'm not about to go to 154 and fight for an interim. I ain't duck nobody, and everybody knew that.
Right.
Anybody can get it any day. Like, so yeah, like, people be crazy. People know I don't talk.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I'm talking now, but like, I really don't care, like, the talk and all that on the internet and all that. I know I got, people be trying, like, you got to sell the fight, you got to do this, you got to make it, bro, something might be wrong with me because I can't really talk too.
Saying that something might be off with him because he cannot really say too much. Giving a different version of those same talks, Devin Haney had stated he was willing to take on Jaron Boots, and he maintains that the only fair agreement was at 147 pounds, turning down any request to go up in weight before even fighting in that class.
At the end of the day, you know, Boots is a good fighter, but who is he?
Would you have fought Boots if that presented
itself? No, they asked us. They said, are you guys open to doing a Boots fight? I said 100%. At 147, Boots' team came back with, they want to do it at 152. I want to do 152. I never even fought at 147 yet. I said, no, if you come down to 147, we can do the fight. I'm not gonna go to 152 for fucking Boots.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, Boots is a good fighter, but who is he?
Turning attention to a particular deal that fell through, Boots gets tied to a possible matchup with Devin Haney. He says he agreed to the suggested catchweight, but then talks went quiet all of a sudden, sparking months of open discussion about who actually wants the bout.
152. I never even fought at 147 yet. I said, no, if you come down to 147, we can do the fight.
After I had decided to move up, you know, after everything was going on, I decided to move up and, you know, move to 54. We get a call back a couple days later. He like, me and my team, they like, yo, would you fight Devin at 152? I said, yeah. I'm like, I ain't fighting 54 yet. I can make 52. Like, I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm like, yeah, we never heard nothing back after that. And that's another thing. People be painting these false narratives and saying that I ducked this person. How I ducked him?
Right.
I said, yeah. But y'all don't know that because y'all don't know what's going on behind closed.
Staying steady even with all the talk around him, Boots says Terence Crawford's views do not change anything, since he still sees himself as the top fighter in the division. He thinks only an actual bout can show anything different.
Critiques to you are like, I don't know, maybe like hate a little bit. I know online he recently said that Fondora is the best guy at 154. He said Fondora would beat you. What do you like to take on that?
I don't pay that no mind though. That stuff be bothering me, but like I said, I'm the best at 154. Everybody know it, and I'm gonna keep standing each every time out, you know?
Even though he shrugs off Crawford's remarks, Boots sees his name pop up in many boxing rumors. He says other boxers gain from making up stories because they think no one will reply. But that quiet period does not last, and every later statement ends up getting checked in public.
That, and I think people be using, like I think people be using my name because they know what they think I'm not gonna say that. But now I feel like they gonna watch themselves. So.
Yeah. Now you gonna start saying what you feel.
Bro,
anybody you want to air out?
Bro, I see them. See,
you still quiet.
Yeah, I'm quiet. Because I don't really be trying to talk to her. That's really ain't me, but like, it creep.
Standing with Boots on that issue, Greg Hackett says he has just gone after titles the same way top champions always do. That point pushes back against the whole avoidance story. And Hackett notes that going for the biggest prize out there has always been normal for fighters at the highest level, not something only Boots does.
Yo, so if every time Dev go up in weight, he be chasing the belts, right? He be chasing the belts. Yep. So Dev coming up, and Boots got the belts, but Boots trying to do the same thing. He trying to get the belts. What do Boots win from fighting Dev? Besides a win.
The name.
At that time. Yeah, but the name is a smaller guy coming up. Y'all already saying I'm beating up smaller guys.
Adding to that same argument, Hackett says going after bigger names, belts, and paydays is always the wiser move. His logic shows why the criticism misses how boxing careers are really put together. He also adds that boxers who put legacy ahead of easy choices often do not get enough recognition for the thoughtful risks they take.
Vision. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go where the big guys at, and I'm gonna win there. So then I fight Xander, and I fight for 2 belts instead of 1. What's wrong with that? Dev did the same shit, didn't he? At 140. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna go where the opportunity, the money, the legacy, all of that shit matters at once. You know what I'm saying? They doing the same thing Bill and them be doing. Same thing. We gonna go where the smoke is at, but the smoke come with a trinket, it come with a check, it come with some notoriety, it comes with, you know what I'm saying? It gives me something to be proud about. You feel me?
Virgil Ortiz says he had already gone after Jaron and Sebastian Fondora and every other champion out there. His statements back up the point that the real hurdles were not inside the ropes, but during the deal-making process. And Ortiz mentions that fans hardly ever realize how much of the holdup is about contracts and money splits, not about any boxer ducking another.
I just want the best fights, no matter who it is. Jaron Ennis, Fondora, anyone with the belt. You know, there's really not anyone in the top 10 that I haven't fought or that I haven't tried to fight. You know, at this point, you know, people just need to take the fights, you know, and a lot of people want to say, how come you haven't tried this route, you know, just because I'm not calling people out on social media like everyone else does doesn't mean I'm telling my manager, hey, let's make this fight. That doesn't mean I'm not talking to the WBC like, hey, how come we haven't made this fight happen yet? You know what I mean? Like we've done our part, you know. I'm not a very vocal guy. Well, I'm starting to be because I feel like I have to be. And I don't know. It's a bit of a change of character. I'm just starting to care less.
Reinforcing that same annoyance, Virgil says fans have twisted every result no matter what really took place. That irritation shows how hard it has gotten to tell what is real from what people think. And Ortiz notes that even when a fighter openly asks for a fight, critics still manage to turn it into a story about dodging.
One, the fight doesn't happen with Jaron Ennis. Oh, I'm ducking the fight. You know, Virgil Ortiz doesn't want to fight Jaron Ennis. Now we're calling him out. Oh, he's begging for the fight. You like what kind of logic is that? You know, I just respectfully, that is just stuff that I deal with and other boxers deal with on a day-to-day basis. That doesn't make any kind of sense. I just don't understand how the gears are working up there. You know, like they're turning the wrong way. I don't get it. But anyways, I could keep on talking about it.
Moving to his own belief in the fight, Virgil stays sure that nothing has shaken his view that he had the right approach to win. His certainty comes from things he felt others missed, adding that the specific skills he brings are not the type that casual observers usually pick up on from the outside.
I do. I definitely do. But I mean, I got him.
Based on what you saw in that fight, and you've seen prior, of course, too, but like what you saw in that fight, that showed you something?
It proved something. It didn't really show me something. It just, I always knew it, but, you know, just seeing it, you know, I got him.
Robert Garcia thinks turning down the bigger matchup said more than any public statement ever could. For Boots, this is not just another belt defense. It is about whether he really wanted the hardest test in the division. He notes that fighters hardly ever share their real reasons openly, which is why choices like this one often reveal more than any media event ever would.
Dad, Virgil himself, we want to fight Boots. We want that fight to happen. Hearing from Eddie that Boots might want to unify against Josh Kelly. Yeah. Well, if you do that, that's taking advantage of a fighter that's injured, that's hurt. You see that cut? Yeah. That cut is like an inch deep. Yeah. That cut is big. If you bring somebody like that to a November fight, you're taking advantage of that. You're taking advantage of that, and the fighter will probably do it because he's a fighter, he's a warrior, and he'll probably get the biggest payday in his career, and he could lose to anybody else because, let's be real, Kelly might not be the best in the division, so they're going after him to take advantage of that opportunity to get another belt under his belt, which would be 3, which is great. But when you have somebody like Virgil, who's asking for it. So November's a perfect date. He had a great
come
fight
back against Boots or to get a tune-up and then Boots?
No, we don't need a tune-up. Right. We want to go straight into Boots.
When you have someone like Virgil who is asking for it, November would be a perfect time. He had a great fight coming back against Bohachik to get ready. No, we do not need a warm-up. We want to go straight to Boots. As talk goes on about why Boots Ennis chose other fights, Garcia becomes sure that the champion knows exactly how tough Ortiz would be. He says picking different opponents over Virgil says more than any words, pointing out that dodging a certain style rather than avoiding fights in general often shows the true reason behind a boxer's choices.
Look, I know, I don't think, man. I know, it's man.
You got history against Bozy in the corner. You did well in January.
That's why Bozy will even say, no, that's not our next fight. We're going to go unify because they think that's more important. No, it's not. They know Virgil will beat him. Or else.
Crawford thinks Virgil Ortiz would be a tougher test than Sebastian Fondora because of his constant pressure and solid technique. He says it is the style, not the size, that would cause Boots the most trouble, adding that aggressive fighters with genuine control behind their attacks have always caused top boxers more issues than simple physical differences.
For me, I say Virgil.
Really?
I say Virgil.
Wow, even though Fondora is 6'6" and has a long distance.
Because Fondora leave the door open to get caught.
Right.
You know, but Fondora, you know, he's getting better.
Yeah.
He's definitely getting better. But Virgil, you know, he gonna be in your face. He gonna have his hands up. He gonna be jabbing you, you know, with a stiff jab and going to your body. And with Fondora, he wanna get in inside.
Yeah.
He tall, but he don't wanna. He don't
like
wanna.
The bag too.
He don't wanna fight you on the outside.
Right.
He gonna be in there. He gonna ping, 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 and then when you get in inside, it's boom, 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 boom. You know.
Holly Malignaggi thinks Sebastian Fondora's great height, tricky left-handed style, non-stop pressure, and knockout power make him one of the most risky opponents in the division for Jaron Boots. In her view, the fight is so close that even experienced experts find it hard to pick a clear winner, since both boxers have their own strengths that can turn the bout. And Fondora, of course, is a very tough man to handle.
Of course, he's a very difficult guy to deal with. Listen, Fondora is going to be difficult to deal with for anybody. And so Ennis and Fondora, I really would get excited for Ennis and Fondora. That's a really good fight. And for me, that's not an easy fight for either of them. That's a tough fight to call, man. I don't know. I would love to know what some of the comments think at home. And don't be biased about just because one guy you like one guy over the other. I'm talking about seriously, from a boxing perspective. Ennis and Fondora. Listen, Fondora's an awkward fight for anybody because of the height and the power that he's got at that weight. But really, to break it down, it would be interesting, and it's a really weird, strange fight to try to figure.
That possible matchup sets up another interesting discussion, with Brennan Edwards thinking a fight between Jaron Boots Ennis and Sebastian Fondora would quickly become a non-stop action bout because both champions are ready to exchange and push their own game plans. In his opinion, neither fighter steps back from risk, so an exciting contest looks almost sure to happen right from the start. If Boots starts to get a bit lazy, a bit too relaxed, and messes around some.
Boots is getting a little lazy, getting a little carefree, and playing around a little bit. I think that Boots and Fondora is an absolute Hagler-Hearns type of shootout. I think Boots is mean as a rattlesnake. He's gonna have to step to Fondora. I don't know if his jab especially to the head, will be that effective against a guy that's 6'6". So you have to jab him to his body a lot and kind of step to him. And I think he's with that. That's the kind of fighter he is. I think that I think that will be an early round shootout. I think that will be the kind of fight that will end.
Shifting focus to Boots' upcoming test, Eddie Hearn thinks Jaron Boots Ennis brings together top-level fight smarts and attacking instincts that are rarely found in one boxer, making him one of the most well-rounded fighters in the sport. He believes that rare mix, plus Boots' skill at adjusting during a bout, lets him figure out Sebastian Fondora's tricky style where many good fighters have had trouble.
Like, Boots is the first fighter with this kind of IQ that can also fight, right? And that's what I think you guys...
Can you elaborate on that?
So what I mean by that is, there are so many fighters with the IQ of Boots, or similar IQ, that styles do not entertain or overly entertaining. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, when you talk about IQ in the sport, tell me the top 5 guys who've got that kind of IQ. Shakur, Devin Haney, Tank maybe, but Tank's exciting, but whoever he fights against is another story, right? So those kind of guys.
But I mean,
yeah, but what do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
But Boots will sit in the pocket, he will fight you, he will attack you, he can box off the back foot, but he actually likes to come on.
Staying with the analysis, Eddie Hearn says Sebastian Fondora's unusual height, long reach, and tricky left-handed stance offer a whole new kind of problem compared to anyone else in the weight class. In his view, only a boxer with great ring awareness, patience, and the ability to keep changing things up, traits he feels Jaron Boots Ennis has, can steadily take Fondora apart as the fight goes on.
54-pounder, but you've got to be good enough to adapt to everything. Like, and that's the problem. A lot of these guys, no disrespect to Keith Thurman, but he's been done for a while. Yeah. But Tim Tszyu, these kind of guys, they're all great fighters, but they just can't adapt to styles. Josh has got an unbelievable IQ. Boots has probably got the best IQ in the game, I think. They can adapt in those kind of fights, and that's what you need to do, because Fondora's a massive problem. Yeah. Because how do you...
Yes, because how do you get ready for that? Eddie Hearn gives Sebastian Fondora a lot of respect for taking on one of the hardest fights out there instead of dodging it. At the same time, he thinks Jaron Boots Ennis has the better skill, fight intelligence, and overall ability to eventually wear Fondora down and walk out with the win.
Still a little bit baffled, and that's why I respect him so much, because we as fight fans should respect him so much. Puerto Rico should respect him so much, because we all moan, don't we? Oh, you know, and everyone's like, how are you going to get Boots a big fight? How are you going to get Boots a big fight? And I'm sitting there after the Ortiz stuff going, who? And this kid steps up, and that's why I respect him so much. And he's a serious threat, but he ain't gonna be good enough.
Sebastian Fondora thinks Jaron Ennis is the clear choice because the top names in the division are now all working under the same promotion. With both men holding world belts and the road to an undisputed fight looking more open, he believes the chance is just too big for either side to pass up. He notes that matchups like this do not often line up so well, with both champions healthy, busy, and under the same company at the same moment.
Believe me, I'm with the champion. I know Fondora is one amazing fighter, but the champion has a lot of punch, a lot of quality. He's southpaw, he moves very well in the ring. He sends a good combination all the time. He's going like little by little. That's the point Fondora don't have. So, but I want to see that. If I'm Fondora, I cannot take that fight. So it's not easy for him. So, but let's see. You know how it's boxing. Every day is different. Every time is different. Every moment, every fighter have different moment, different timing. But for me, in this way, in this category, this is the best.
Wrapping things up, Jaron Ennis believes the title fight with Sebastian Fondora means more than facing any other challenger because it lets him unify the division and prove himself against another current champion. He thinks fans want to see him take on the biggest test out there, and just winning is not enough. He wants to end every last question about being the top welterweight in the world. He notes that unification bouts hold a different value than regular title defenses, since they settle debates that rankings and opinions alone can never really close.
Watching the highlights of the fight, because I didn't get to watch the whole fight, but watching the highlights of the fight, I was like, okay, this should be next. This should be mixed. It makes sense to me, especially now with the zone stuff and PBC signing with the zone. It only makes sense now. The Virgil fights, the Boots fights, if Zayas stays at 154, the Zayas fights. All these guys, they make sense. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. You know, it's like, but these guys found the same platform. Let's put them together. You know, because I mean, you're gonna see me fight later on this year again. You're gonna see.
Even Fondora, I feel like Fondora is a bigger fight. Everybody want to see that. I don't fight nobody. Virgil Ortiz, it's a good fight. I feel like it's not like dying down. Nobody really want to see it because I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna knock him out. They're gonna be like, people telling me they already seen it now. So I'd rather fight the tall guy that y'all think is this monster.
Crawford calls him a ducker. Ortiz says the same. But while the accusations keep building up outside the ring, Boots Ennis is focused on the one matchup that could shut all of it down for good. A unification fight with Sebastian Fondora. Does beating Fondora finally put the avoidance talk to rest? Or will the questions keep following him no matter what he does next? Drop your predictions in the comments, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more boxing news and fight breakdowns.